Hey everybody! So this lesson is nothing new, okay? The only thing that's new is we're going to take those right triangles and we're going to put them on a grid like the little squares you see on my screen. And we're going to use those to find the length of the legs, and then they're going to ask you for the length of the hypotenuse. Okay, so let's say they gave you this triangle and they said find the length of the hypotenuse, and they didn't give you any other information. What they want you to do is count the squares to say, hey, this leg is 4, hey, this leg is 2, and then use the Pythagorean theorem. C squared is equal to 4 squared plus 2 squared. Okay, and then you would just do the same thing we've been doing. Square the legs, add them together, take the square root, that'll be c squared. See, that'll be c. Yikes. So here's the part where you take the square root, okay, because the square root of c squared is c. Square root of 20, I don't know what that is. Let me do it in the calculator and we'll write it down. Okay, so hit that square root button, put in 20, hit enter. I get this irrational number. Remember, 20 is not a perfect square. 16 is, 25 is, but 20 is not. So if I paste it in here, then I can round it. Let's say I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth. Okay. If I round this to the nearest tenth, that means I want to cut off the number after the 10th place. And the question I'm asking, I'm going to look next door. This is the number I want. I'm going to look next door. I'm going to say, hey, that's 5 or more. I'm going to round it up, meaning I'm going to add 1 to the number in the 10th place. Final answer here would be, let me do a wavy equal sign because it's not actually equal to this, 4.5. Okay, and when you're done, your answer has to be longer than the other two sides, and it shouldn't be a wildly different number than the other two sides. Okay, so that's what we're doing here, and the grid that they're going to give you is going to be a map grid. Okay, and so if you look at this one, this is one of your problems. I don't know if it's a quick check or a practice. I cannot remember. Sorry about that. But just know it's a problem you're supposed to do. It's item 1. Okay. Find the length between A and E. This question is literally just asking you to count squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 8 units. That's all. They just want to make sure you know how to find the legs. Okay? Now, find the length between landmark B and landmark F. Okay. Let's look at that on the same grid here. I'm going to get a nice dark green here. So B is here, F is here. This is going to make a really funky looking triangle. It's 1 square on this leg. The other leg is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares. And this is the diagonal, the length between B and F that we don't know. Okay, but I do know that it's a right triangle because those grids are perfect little squares. Squares have right angles. I know that my missing length is my hypotenuse. So if I use the Pythagorean theorem, I know that c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Okay, a and b are the legs, and c is the longest side, the hypotenuse. Then I can just solve this. First I'll square 1, that's 1 times 1. I'll square 9, that's 9 times 9. My missing side squared is going to equal 82. and I need to unsquare that. Take the square root on both sides. Square root of 82 is going to be irrational, right? It's going to be a little more than 9, because 9 times 9 is 81, but it's going to be a lot less than 100. 100 is the next perfect square. So it should be pretty darn close to 9 here. Oh, I keep forgetting, hit square root first. 82. There we go. Okay, really close to 9. Let's talk about rounding it. Let's see if the problem tells us what to round to. It says round to the nearest hundredth. So let's do that. Okay, so remember with rounding, what we're really doing is wanting to cut off part of the number, but the ghost of that number will remain. The hundredths place is the second decimal place. Okay, so here's what I want to round to, but I want to like have the ghost of that number there. Okay, and all I'm going to know is, was that next number, the next door number, was it 5 or more? Or was it less than 5? And this one's 5 or more. So we're going to raise the score. That's what the rhyme is. 5 or more, raise the score. We're going to add 1 to the 10th place. 5 or more, add 1 more, raise the score. So 9.06 is going to be my rounded answer there. So 9.06 units. Okay. And that's all you're doing here. It's not really anything new, so don't overthink it.